Hey everybody, I'm Lisa Rowberry. Welcome back to my channel. It's a bonus video day. I really wanted to do an update on Deuce and his whole situation. For those of you who are newer to my channel, Deuce is my dog, and over the last couple of months, we have come into some pretty serious medical issues with him, and so I decided I wanted to start documenting his journey. So I've only had one video. I've only had one video really dedicated to him and his situation, and that was done like 4 weeks ago. And so from then until now, I haven't been able to get a video up for several reasons. He had high highs, low lows, and there wasn't a whole lot for me to really talk about because there was still so much that we just didn't know, and we still don't have a lot of answers, but I feel like we're getting so close. So I figured now is a good time to kind of give you an update on his situation. So I know that first video, I was more talking about his mobility issues. Those have pretty much stayed about the same. If you didn't see that video, I will go ahead and link it down below. We sling him a lot of times, but our focus went from his mobility to the issue on his snout. He had this skin lesion right under his nose, and it went to his lips and was spreading. At the end of this video, I'm going to show you a couple of clips of his face, of his skin issues. I do want to warn you, if you are going to watch those clips and you are a little bit squeamish, you may not like it. It's gross. If you are on my Instagram, I showed a lot of what was happening when it was happening. So you may have already seen like the worst of the worst, but at the end of this video, I'm going to show the day after his last biopsy and then a clip from today as well. So regardless, it's still pretty gross, but I just wanted to like put it out there that if you are curious what it looks like, just stay tuned to the end. If you just want to hear about the information but don't want to see like graphic images, I'm just going to be talking at this point. So I'll give you a warning before we like hop over to him. So he was on all kinds of different medications. He's still on 3 of the same medications from the first video. And those medications are the gabapentin for the neuropathy. That is what's helping his neurological issues. And it's honestly, we do see a huge difference in his mobility when he does take the gabapentin. I honestly feel like it's a miracle drug. I love this stuff. The other medication he's still on currently from before, which is the tramadol, that is for pain. The gabapentin also helps with pain. The tramadol is just something to kind of help in addition to with the pain. It's a low grade painkiller, but it definitely helps. So we give it to him as needed. He was at that time on Rimadyl as well, which is an anti-inflammatory. We had to stop that a week ago now. It was last Monday. So last Monday we had to stop the Rimadyl because we were anticipating starting steroids. And when you are running a course of steroids, you cannot be on another anti-inflammatory. You can't do it. So, and it has to be completely out of his system. So what had happened was the last week in October, his skin issue, it just was continuing to spread. And we had an appointment with the dermatologist. I'd take a breath and like roll my eyes because I am so blessed to be in the hands of this dermatologist at this point, because our family vet that we have been going to forever, I think we'll be leaving. Our dogs are our kids. And so anytime that there needs to be tests or anything that needs to be run, like we spare no expense. Like they are our kids. I will do whatever it takes to make sure that they get the best possible care. So we had a biopsy done on his face, and it's already so hard to get him around. It's really incredibly hard to get him into the vet because he has those mobility issues. And the biopsy was on his face. So he's an older dog. He's an 11-year-old German Shepherd, and you're cutting his face. Like, make sure if you're getting the biopsy done, you're getting all the testing, as much tissue as you possibly need, test for all the things. and don't make me come back in here and do it again. Like, I get that there are mistakes that can be made, but so the biopsy came back from our family vet, and they just said, well, it's not cancerous. We don't know what it is, but it's not cancerous. So we're going to try these other rounds of medications. We tried topical ointments, as you saw in the first video. We tried a couple of rounds of antibiotics. Nothing was working. It was just getting worse. So then he said, you know what? We are going to refer you to a dermatologist. They're a specialist. They should be able to help you. So we had the appointment with the dermatologist, and she had just said, here's the thing with German Shepherds. They're an open book. Like, they're, like I said, a soup sandwich. Whenever there's something crazy, it's always going to be on a German Shepherd. So she's like, I haven't seen anything quite like this. It could possibly be lupus. It could quite possibly be skin cancer. It could be a fungal infection. It could be a whole realm of things. Like, there's so many different things that it could be. And she said, so I really need to get the report from the original lab. I got the notes and everything from your vet, but nothing's really telling me anything. So she has us wait. She goes and she talks to the lab that the original biopsy was done through, and she gets the actual physical report from the pathologist from that lab. She sits down in the room with us, and she's a pathologist herself, and she looks and she says, I have no idea what they tested for. I can't even tell you the anger and fire that I felt in my veins when she said that. That was done in the beginning of September. And she was like, I have no idea what they tested. It could still be cancer. I know that your vet said that it's cancer, but I honestly don't know what they tested for. So I paid a few $100s to have this test run, to have my dog's face cut up. For what? We don't have any idea what they actually tested for. Oh, just talking about it makes me so mad. So she's like, it's okay, it's okay. Like, she was just like trying to calm me down. And she just said, you know, labs are supposed to keep the tissue. We may have enough tissue to go ahead and reprocess and have it sent to the lab that I prefer, which is, it's a college, and they're really well known for their animal hospital there. And so she's like, I'm just going to go ahead and reprocess it. She's like, we're still not getting enough answers. And she's like, to be honest, like, this tissue is now almost 2 months old at this point. She's like, we can keep running these tests, or what I would recommend is just bring him in and we'll do another biopsy. And I was just like, we are going to put my boy through another biopsy, but it's okay. You know what? Time is of the essence. At this point, it was spreading so rapidly, so fast and angry. What started happening the last week in October was this black mark started showing up, and it was crazy, and it started spreading. Honest and truly, it looked like, if you didn't see my Instagram, it looked like a flesh-eating bacteria. I was convinced it was a flesh-eating bacteria. I was totally convinced. I'm like, this is going to take over my dog's face. He's going to die from this. As I mentioned in one of my previous Scentsy videos talking about what I was worming, you could smell it, almost like the rotting skin. And I know that's so disgusting, but I'm just being honest. Like, it was like rotting skin. It was unbelievable. Anyways, fast forward, we take him to the biopsy. So now that's where we're at this point. So now the skin is being tested at the university, and we should hear back sometime this week. Now, he is still on the CBD oil. He will always be on this. This is amazing stuff. That's the same from the original video. The two new medications that he is on is fluconazole. This is a fungal, it's a fungal medication, and he takes 2 of these every 24 hours, and this is a 10-day supply. So it's not something that he's going to be on indefinitely. It's just we're treating it as if it is a fungal infection. We're not sure if it is, but this was spreading so incredibly rapidly and so aggressively that we had to do something. So he's taking 200 milligram tablets, 2 200 milligram tablets every 24 hours. So he's doing it in the morning. And then the other thing he's on is prednisone. So it's a steroid, 20 milligram tablets, and we're giving it to him 1 pill twice a day. So 1 in the morning, 1 at night. Whatever, if it's this combination, something is working, and I couldn't be happier. Like, I honestly thought we were going to lose him yet again. Like, we have been on this crazy roller coaster over the past few months, and once again, we thought we were going to lose our boy. And just because this thing on his face was just taking total control over him, he was in a haze. He really wasn't himself. I'm sure he was in a ton of pain, and it was just so hard to watch. It's only been a few days with these new medications, and it has made a huge difference. We saw a difference probably within 24 hours later, and it has now been 3 days. So this is doing something. So I am so incredibly thankful. I'm still really intrigued and interested to hear what the lab results come back with for what's on his face. I'm praying it's not cancer. The dermatologist had said, I don't know what lab tests they ran, but it could still be cancer. And I'm just like, okay. Okay, perfect. So, but she said, you know, it's worth doing this other test. We have nothing to lose by putting him on the prednisone and putting him on the antifungal medication. Let's just do this and get this under control, and we will have some answers in a matter of a few days. So that is now what he's on. He's on the 4 different medications plus the CBD oil. He's been eating. He's been super thirsty now thanks to the steroid. But I think because of the steroid, he's also now getting around a lot better. So I am so relieved. He's acting much more like himself, and that just brings my husband and I so much joy. Like, we've seen such a change in his attitude and his face. The black mark actually like scabbed up and fell off. So you'll see in the very last clip, I try to get a good close-up of what it looks like now. So, but it still looks really raw, but it does look like it's healing. So that is so hopeful for this mama. So all right, you guys, so that is the update that I have for you as of right now with Deuce. At this time, we are going to check out the clips that I am showing you of his face. So if you are grossed out by that, this is your time to turn off the video. Otherwise, viewer discretion is advised because his face is something else. I still love him so much, but his face is going through some issues. So thank you guys so much for your continued support and prayers. And as soon as we hear something back from the dermatologist, I will be sure to do an updated video on him. So thank you guys so much, and we'll check in with you later. So we're gonna see if Deuce will let us hang out with him for a moment. So let me kind of show you his snout. And as I mentioned, kind of viewer discretion advised here, because his snout is pretty gross, if I'm going to be honest, but I wanted to show you just kind of the progression. So I'm sure you can see the black areas. I'm not going to touch it, but I'm sure it's super painful. So he had another biopsy done yesterday, and I don't know if you can see, but he's got some stitches and things in there. So those are dissolvable stitches. So we won't have to go back to have those removed, which is really good. I know he seems like he's kind of in a daze right now, but he's actually acting pretty, I mean, not normal, but he's pretty mellow right now, honestly, because Zoe's not home. My husband and Zoe went out for a little car ride, so he's just kind of hanging out. So he's actually acting pretty good. The few days leading up to the biopsy was really hard. He was just not acting himself in any kind of way, and that was really rough. But honestly, like right after the biopsy, like even last night, right after the biopsy, he was acting a lot better, and then today he's been doing well too. So I'm sure the new meds have something to do with it, but yeah, I'm sure he is still pretty sore, but he's doing relatively well considering he just had his face cut up yesterday. Oh, bud. Say hi to our friends. All right, you guys. Well, I just wanted to give you a little update. I know it's not exactly what you were probably wanting to hear, but I'll take any kind of improvement. Hi, buddy. Say hi. Say hi to our friends. He's like, get this camera out of my face. But yeah, I just figured a lot of people have been asking me how he's doing, and I really, really appreciate the love and support you guys have given to us. It means the world. So as soon as we know anything, we should know this upcoming week what the biopsy results are going to tell us. This has been a definite process for sure. So, all right, you guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will check in with you guys in my next video. Bye, guys. All right, you guys, so we are 3 days past. Are you growling? He's like, I don't really want to be on camera, thanks, though. We are 3 days past his last biopsy, and he is doing so much better. I'll see if he'll let me kind of show you guys his snout. It's still obviously pretty raw, but that black area is pretty much gone. Come on, bud. That black area basically scabbed up and fell off. So, and he is acting so much more like himself. You want to whine? You want to say hi to our friends? He's like, I want you to get that camera out of my face, actually. But he's doing so well. We haven't heard back from the pathologist yet regarding the tests that were done from the biopsy that was done on Friday. So we're hoping to hear back sometime this upcoming week. I'm hoping by the end of this week we should hear something. So hopefully we do. I will definitely make sure to let you guys know. But yeah, so he's doing so much better, and I just couldn't wait to like share it with you guys. And then Zoe's kind of hanging out too. So a nice lazy day at the Rowberry house here today. But anyways, thank you guys so much for your continued prayers, and I will definitely be keeping you posted on my big guy over here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will check in with you guys later.